This is Screamer 2, which has been for sale on Steam and GOG forever and a day. And this took quite a bit of settings to get up and running to be able to use with a controller, because it's an old school PC game, native keyboard controls, and it doesn't seem like there's a way to change the control layout either, which is a bit of a problem. But I got it up and running, and we're going to give it a whirl. For all the problems, I love the aesthetic. It reminds me quite a bit of Daytona USA, but not quite. Like, I know it's a different game. Alright, four-wheel drive, that's what we want. We're definitely going to go automatic transmission. Because in these old racing games, that's what was easy mode, was doing automatic transmission. If you were playing manual transmission, that was basically equated to being the hardest of the hardcore, which I hope to achieve one day. But right now I'm still spinning around completely when I hit a turn. I like the way it feels. It's a little slippery, but it feels a lot like the early Ridge Racer games, in a good way. The first Ridge Racer was also very, very slippery. Very slippery. But this is a bit more... It's slippery, but it's a bit more realistic. It just, you can drift. You couldn't really drift in the first Ridge Racer game. I'm not very good at it. Alright, it's time to focus. It's serious business. We're activating try-hard mode now. It's a good time, man. I was expecting to dump all over this game, because I went through a phase where... Oh, jeez. I went through a phase where I was playing a lot of these really old racing games. And I played a lot of junk during that time. So I know, especially in my GOG collection, I've got some old racing games that kind of look like this that just feel awful. But this is actually okay. One thing I will say is, if you get this on Steam, it's way overpriced. Oh my gosh. Steam still wants 10 bucks. Oh, jeez, I'm bouncing around like a pinball. Steam still wants 10 bucks regular price. And I don't think I think it rarely ever goes on sale. And over on GOG, like every major sale, it drops to like $1.50 or something. And let's face it, as much as I'm enjoying this, there's no way this is going to be the kind of game where I'm going to play it all night. It's just not going to happen. I don't understand why it doesn't let you remap the controls though. Even though it's an old game, like, you could do that in games back around this time. Like, the native control scheme for this, you have to press up, the directional key up to accelerate, and then you steer with the left and right keys. So when I bound it to the controller, using joy to key, I had to set it so that, like, A and B were up and down. That way I could have an accelerate and a brake button. And I'm coming in dead last, so it's arguable how well that's worked. But it feels okay. There is a slider for the difficulty of the AI, and I have it set to normal, which is what it defaults at. Oh, jeez. I've played this a handful of times. I wonder if I just lose every time to the computer-controlled people. It maintains a bunch of records from when I played it previously, which is kind of nice. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's what I'm racing against. It's just my old records. It's okay if I lose to the computer-controlled people, because this is not... These are single race events. This is arcade mode. It's not like I'm running a season here or anything like that. It's not simulator mode like Gran Turismo, where I have to get the credits so that I can buy the best car. This is just, a quick drive in the MS-DOS track to I was going to say get some sun, but it's a really cloudy day right now in video game land. But just to enjoy being able to drive in this early 3D rendered environment and lose control of a four-wheel drive vehicle very, very easily. I think this is going to be the end here. There we go, 4th position. Yeah. Where's my sound? I've just been taking for granted that there's sound in the background you can't hear. Hold on, I think I have it muted. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go. Not too bad. Not my worst run, not my best run. I'm gonna switch my car up, maybe play a different track. So my strategy that time was to drive the four-wheel drive car, hoping that the jump in control would make it easier to take the corners, but I was bouncing around like a pinball anyway, and I didn't have the horsepower to keep up. So I would say let's try that one more time, only this time I'm going to choose the rear wheel drive car. Yeah, that's so much better. Ooh, slow start. Yeah. I'm late braking. That's Screamer 2, everybody.